No problem.
You'll say it
You
again,
ready?
never a problem.
Call this meeting to order. Regular meeting of Mayor and Council, Monday, September 24th. Roll call, please.
Councilman Bartoloni?
Here.
Councilwoman Steve? Here. Councilman Kamigo?
Here.
Councilwoman Davis? Here. Councilman Godier?
Here.
Councilman Papaleo?
Here.
And Mayor Mignon.
Present. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by posting on the bulletin board in Borough Hall, by email to Ridgewood News, the record, and by submission to all persons entitled to same, as provided by law, the schedule including the date and time of this meeting.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, please, on Resolution 18-293 to go into closed session and exclude the public for the purpose of discussing PBA SOA negotiations, personnel non-contractual salaries and wages, potential litigation regarding Cherry Blossom Park drainage, and potential litigation regarding sidewalk at 767 Summit Avenue.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We just came out of closed session. We're back in open session. Madam Clerk, please take the roll, please.
Councilman Bartoloni?
Here.
Councilwoman Steve? Here. Councilman Kamigo?
Here.
Councilwoman Davis? Present. Councilman Godier?
Here.
And Councilman Papaleo?
Here.
Mayor Mignon.
Here. Please rise for a moment of silent prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by posting on the bulletin board in Borough Hall, by email to the Ridgewood News, the record, and by submission to all persons entitled to same as provided by law, the schedule including the date and time of this meeting. I'd like to remind all members of the public that we have 3 fire exits in the council chambers, 1 on each side of the dais and 1 in the rear. Approve the minutes. A motion, please, to approve the minutes of the Mayor and Council regular session of September 4th, 2018.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? We have 2 proclamations this evening. First proclamation is declaring October 2018 as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Do we have anybody here to accept the... If not,
Yes, yours.
I'll just read it into the record then. We have a proclamation that reads as follows: whereas in the United States, breast cancer is the 3rd most common cause of cancer deaths among lung cancer, after lung cancer and colon cancer, and whereas during National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we renew our commitment to fighting this disease, raising awareness, and supporting those affected by breast cancer. And whereas death rates from breast cancer have been declining, and this change is believed to be the result of early detection and improved treatment. And whereas mammography and X-ray of the breast is recognized as the single most effective method of detecting changes that may be cancer long before physical symptoms can be seen or felt. And whereas October 19, 2018 is National Mammography Day, a day set aside to promote the importance of regular screenings in the early detection and prompt treatment of breast cancer. And whereas we recognize the innovative life-saving work of medical professionals through their efforts to prevent, detect, and treat, make a difference in the lives of citizens. And whereas it is important to continue the fight against breast cancer and to reduce the risk of this disease among our citizens, now therefore be it resolved that I, as the Mayor of the Borough River Edge, on behalf of the Council, do proclaim October 2018 as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We don't have anybody here to accept it, but we should try to promote this. It's a very, very important healthcare issue. My mother did pass from breast cancer, so it is a little personal to me, so I think it is something very important that we maintain a public awareness of. We have another proclamation declaring October 7th to 13th as Fire Prevention Week. Again, having nobody here, I will just read it into the record. Proclamation reads as follows: whereas cooking, heating, and electrical fires represent 3 of the nation's leading causes of home fires and are collectively responsible for nearly half of all home fires, in almost one-third of associated fire deaths. And whereas the vast majority of home cooking, heating, and electrical fires can be prevented by taking simple safety precautions. And whereas developing a home fire escape plan and practicing it at least twice a year are critical to escaping a fire safely. And whereas proper installation, testing, and maintenance of smoke alarms are part of a thorough home fire escape plan. And whereas by preventing the leading causes of home fires and by developing and practicing a thorough home fire escape plan, people can greatly reduce the risk to fire. Whereas Fire Prevention Week 2018 theme is Look, Listen, Learn, Be Aware, Fire Can Happen Anywhere, encourages the public to develop a home fire escape plan and make sure they have working smoke alarms. And whereas the fire service of the Borough River Edge is dedicated to the safety of life and property from the devastating effects of fire, and whereas the members of the fire service are joined by other concerned citizens of the Borough River Edge, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, as well as other emergency service providers and safety advocates, businesses, schools, service clubs, and organizations in their fire safety efforts. Whereas I, as the mayor of the Borough River Edge, do hereby proclaim the week of October 7th to 13th, 2018 as Fire Prevention Week. This week commemorates the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, which killed more than 250 people, left 100,000 homeless, and destroyed more than 17,400 buildings. Whereas I call upon the people of the Borough River Edge to participate in fire prevention activities at home, work, and school, and to take the steps needed to make their home and family safe from the leading causes of home fires, which include cooking, heating, and electrical fires, and plan and practice their home fire escape. And I know that, we constantly give great praise and credit to our fire department. We know that they do an excellent job. We know there have been some serious fires as of late, highlighting their importance even more so. And we also acknowledge and thank them for going into the schools the way they do and do teach the kids about fire prevention measures. And again, like they say, a little prevention is worth an ounce of cure, I guess. But when it comes to fire prevention, I guess that's the main thing we have to keep promoting, is that it's something that's the easy things you can do every day to prevent these incidents from happening and prevent loss of life or property. So, thank you for preparing these. And we thank the fire department for all they do. Motion, please, to open to the public regarding comments on the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Open to the public to comment or question on any specific agenda item. There'll be a general opportunity to address the council later. May I just your name and address to the record, please?
We are Pat and Dennis Young. We've lived at 95 Lakeview Street for over 22 years. We did appear before the council a year or so ago about the issue of excessive parking on Lakeview Street due to the overpopulation of the apartments. Now we have a couple of questions for the council. A year or so ago, one of the council candidates, and I'm not exactly sure which one, came door to door asking what our concerns were. And we told him about the parking on Lakeview Street. And he mentioned that the council was looking into possibly putting angled parking on Bogart Street.
Yeah.
And so, one of our questions is, what is the status of that?
There's two potential projects going on. The council, the borough did receive a grant for $218,000 plus or minus to do one phase of what will be angled parking along Bogart.
It will happen.
It will happen, the first phase.
No.
I can't tell you how many spaces at this point. We're just getting under design, but that'll be, it'll take many, many years, obviously, to get sufficient parking for it to be significant, but we need to start somewhere, and the fact that we got the grant the first time should bode well for us continuing that in future phases as we go forward. Also, it's been brought to my attention that the departments are adding, and I don't remember the actual number right now, it's a significant number of parking spaces. They're actually going to be putting within their own property borders by removing some of their green space. I don't know the number, it's supposed to be coming before the land use board, they mentioned it when it was coming, but I don't know all the details of the plan, but that's imminent from what I understand, so it's gotta be, if it's in the dozens, that'll be a big help in and of itself.
Well, we continue to believe that, the solution to the problem would be for the council to enact a limit on the number of occupants that can be in a one-bedroom apartment. I mean, it just seems like in the last 5 years, the population there has mushroomed, and I can't imagine how many people occupants are being, living in a one-bedroom apartment.
I believe we looked at that one, I don't know what the legal constraints are.
Yeah, zoning thing, but, if it's like immediate family, it's hard to get.
And then, and the new building on Kindercomack is just gonna push, that from their overflow parking is just gonna push the problem farther onto Lakeview Street. And then I would like to bring up another issue. There's a house a couple of doors down on Lakeview that has been for sale for over 2 years. And the real estate listing shows that the rooms are vacant, but yet there are still people coming and going, different people. I see them leaving in the morning. So, the rumor on the street that it's being used as an Airbnb or something similar to that. We don't like the fact that strangers are on the street, and that's probably also contributing to the parking issue. We've read that in other towns in Bergen County, they've got policies against Airbnbs, and we'd like to know what the town's policy is on that and other rentals.
We have not adopted an ordinance. I don't know whether we've had the same number of incidents some of these other towns have had, but it's certainly something that we can look at. I would ask that maybe Mr. DeRosa check to see if this house is really occupied by actual owners, to see what the status is. We'll find that. And if it's an Airbnb now, it would be legal, and if the council's declined to consider looking at ordinances, we can certainly.
And while I'm at it, I may as well bring up the deer problem. There's a herd of about 9 deer that have taken up residence between Lakeview and Zabriskie Streets, all the backyards. I mean, we used to have a beautiful backyard. It is completely decimated, and of course we're worried about, Lyme disease. We're just wondering if you've ever spoken to other towns or possibly the county about what they're doing about their deer problem, but it is uncontrolled.
I'm not aware of towns having anything specific in place. I guess it would come under the county health department, right? Would be most likely.
Yeah, I don't believe they have any ordinances against deer.
We wouldn't be able to have an ordinance on like that. It would have to be the county. But it might be worth for us to reach out to the county to see if there's any kind of coordinated efforts that
I
could be
put it
taken.
out there, it's really
No, I know.
I'm starting to feel like
It's not only just down by you.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I mean,
feel though like Lakeview Street is the forgotten step.
Last-
I mean, I think we've all anecdotally
Yeah.
seen it ourselves. We've seen
Yeah.
many more free roaming.
I'm on Manning, and I had 3 deer in the backyard
Yeah, just on,
last summer.
I'm on
Oh.
Concord, we had them.
yeah, just on Oak in, the field at Roosevelt last night, there were 3 does, just grazing on the field at Roosevelt last night. I was watching them.
They've been grazing in my front yard.
Yeah.
Overnight under there.
Oh, no,
They
I
finished
saw an
Brookside
actual
Park, I
family of
saw
them
'em.
crossing
Yeah.
Rockland Avenue when they had
Culvert.
stop.
Yeah, they're, I mean,
Mother and 3 of their little, it was.
they were actually eating trees in the Arboretum the other night.
But I think,
I walked through there and they were,
maybe,
munching on trees there.
Alan, if you can maybe just send a note down to Sam, health department, ask if there's anything that we can do locally, or maybe they can reach out to the county, see if there's any other programs. I don't know.
In the springtime, I go and I buy my annuals, and I come out and I say to myself, I just spent $200 on deer food.
mhm. Yeah, no,
No, it does seem that it's something that's
it's definitely
been getting
increasing. Yeah.
more prevalent, so.
And I did at least show you pictures of a typical day on Lakeview Street. Thank you.
And that house is on Lakeview, you said?
Yeah, the corner of Lakeview and.
In Reservoir.
We'll have-
the Reservoir.
Lakeview and Reservoir.
We're gonna have property maintenance look at it tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there still an issue with the parking at the, are you talking about the corner, like, excuse me, people who park close to the corner are also Lakeview and Reservoir, is that still happening?
Sometimes, yeah.
Because I had asked,
Not as bad as it used
But I
to be.
did see some cars in
because I had asked the police and DPW to yellow curb that, and apparently some of the neighbors didn't want that to happen.
Oh, we had people park on our driveway for many years, and we ended up, it was crazy, but we ended up painting a white on the curb.
Yep.
They said they couldn't think, they didn't think it was a driveway. It's gravel, but
It's
my car was the bottom of the driveway.
stuff in the driveway.
Many times.
times.
But thank you.
All right, thank you.
Anybody else? Motion to close the public, please.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have a public hearing, local assessment for curb sidewalks for the Community Development Block Grant, Oxford Terrace, Rutgers Place, Phase 3. This is continuation of a project we'll be doing several phases of through the CDBG program, and has been the borough's procedure for a number of years. The properties and homeowners who directly abut and benefit from the improvements are assessed a portion of the engineering fees, correct, Emily?
Right.
And this is what the hearing is for. Everybody would have gotten notified that we were going to have this hearing this evening, so a motion please to open the public hearing on this.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay, we're open to public. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns regarding local assessments for curb sidewalks for the Community Development Block Grant, Oxford Terrace, Rutgers Place Phase 3 project, now's your opportunity to speak or ask questions. Mr. Anzavino seems to be chomping at the bit, so. Oh, how do you guys address it? You like going up and down the 46 though? You always go drowning a little better, right? I see nobody, a motion to close the public hearing, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you, Jim.
Good night.
Appointment and personnel changes. Motion, please, to approve the salary increase of Lisa Slakowski, Deputy Court Administrator, from an hourly Step 2 rate of $21.06 to Step 3, $22.16, effective October 5th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion, please, to ratify the paid leave of absence for William Cameron, mechanic in the Department of Public Works, to attend the New Jersey State Firemen's Convention from September 13th through September 15th, 2018, effective September 13th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to rescind the satisfactory completion of the 6-month probationary period and salary increase of Gabriel Colucci, police dispatcher, which was approved at the meeting of August 13, 2018, and extended his probationary period an additional 3 months at an hourly probationary rate of $16, effective August 14, 2018.
Correct an error on our part.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to approve the hire of Brian Vitting as a school crossing guard at an hourly rate of $16 with a 6-month probationary period, effective date contingent upon training and medical examination.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to approve the hire of Peter Van Gunst as a school crossing guard at an hourly rate of $16 with a 6-month probationary period, effective date contingent upon training and medical examination.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to approve the hire of Christella Moshuris as a school crossing guard at an hourly rate of $16 with a 6-month probationary period, effective date contingent upon training and medical examination.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to approve the hire of Teresa Birdie as a school crossing guard at an hourly rate of $16 with a 6-month probationary rate, effective date contingent upon training and medical examination.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to approve the salary increase of Kenneth Morse, tree trimmer 1 in the Department of Public Works, from an annual step 1 salary of $72,367 to tree trimmer 1 step 2, $74,093, effective November 5th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to approve the salary increase of Jason DeCaro, laborer 2 in the Department of Public Works, from an annual step 4 salary of $44,865 to laborer 2 step 5, $45,371, effective November 5th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to approve the salary increase of Thomas Decker, laborer 2 in the Department of Public Works, from an annual step 6 salary of $45,878 to laborer 2 step 7, $46,385, effective November 26th, 2018.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And I am making appointment of James Strait as alternate number 2 to fill the unexpired term of Elizabeth McGinty to December 31st, 2019, to the Historic Preservation Commission, effective September 24th, 2018. So, Mr. McCray, could you join the commission whenever needed? We have the agenda listed some various correspondence that's available through the Borough Clerk's office if anybody's interested. Also on file a monthly report from the Land Use Board from August 15, 2018, Tax Collector from August 2018, and Historic Commission from June 2018. We have no ordinances on for first reading this evening, and we have one ordinance on for second reading. Madam Clerk, please read ordinance 18-20 by title.
Ordinance 18-20, bond ordinance to authorize the acquisition of a new front-end loader for the use of the Department of Public Works in, by, and for the Borough of Riverhead in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $160,000 to pay the costs thereof, to make a down payment to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in the anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
This is the appropriation to replace the front-end loader, which has been the topic of many previous meetings for the council. This is a public hearing. Can I have a motion, please, to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilor Bartolome?
Yes.
Councilwoman Steve? Yes. Councilman Domingo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Gaudier?
Yes.
And Councilman Papaleo?
Yes.
We're open to the public. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns regarding our bond ordinance 18-20, appropriations for the new front-end loader. Seeing no one, motion to close to the public, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bartolome?
Yes.
Councilwoman Steve? Yes. Councilman Domingo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis? Councilman Gaudier?
Yes.
And Councilman Papaleo?
Yes.
And a motion to adopt ordinance 18-20 on second reading.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Bartolome?
Yes.
Councilwoman Steve? Yes. Councilman Domingo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Gaudier?
Yes.
And Councilman Papaleo?
Yes.
Okay, it's approved. We have resolutions by consent. Resolutions 18-294 to 18-311. Would any member of council like for separate voter consideration or discussion any of those resolutions? If not, I will entertain a motion to approve by consent. Oh, yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just had a question on the 18304, the award of the solid waste collection service. Alan, is that changing frequency of pickups?
No.
No.
This is the fifth year of
Or-
our, fifth and final year of our
Okay.
contract.
Very
One
good.
year extension.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, fine.
That's it. Thank
Okay,
you.
good. So is there a motion for by consent?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Councilman Bartolome, Finance Chair, please read and move Resolution 18-312, payment of bills.
Thank you, Mayor. Whereas vouchers for the payment of goods and services rendered to the Borough of Riverhead have been received, And whereas each bill has been checked by the receiving department, approved by the chief financial officer and borough clerk, and reviewed by the 3 members of the finance committee, now therefore be it resolved that bills as listed now be confirmed for payment from the appropriate funds as follows. Current account, $997,820.23. Capital account, $10,326.44. Recreation account, $1,768. Animal welfare account, $390.40. Trust other account, $62,120.35. Open space account, $1,462.95. Trust other developers account, $112.50. So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, yeah, opening to the public on any comments,
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're open again. Grasso? Oh, you had something? Matt? No? Motion closed?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Comments? Councilman Boudier, over here.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm very glad that National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, that we had a proclamation to declare that. It's a personal issue for me as well. I had a close family member who's a survivor of breast cancer. So early detection is key, and I hope, as well as with other cancers, that everyone gets themselves checked out. I should also mention that the senior picnic, the county senior picnic for Wednesday was canceled. So I wanted to mention that to everyone, so if you knew anyone who was going to go. It's canceled, and this is, I think, the 3rd rain date now, so unfortunately the weather didn't cooperate. Yeah. Thank you.
Councilman Malone?
Thank you, Mayor. I don't know, just touch on this real quick. The concert in the park that was going to be, Ellen, are you going to?
Yeah, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you take it.
I don't want it.
All right, I'll take it. All right. So the concert in the park that was originally scheduled for July 3rd has been moved to October 6th, the day before River Edge Day. Jumping Dragons. The weather's nice, so hopefully it's cooler at least than July 3rd. So it hasn't really gotten publicized a little bit, so maybe we can do something to raise awareness.
It is a Facebook event.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashton has it as a Facebook event.
But,
Share it.
I'll go on that other group and tell people and
What group you're talking about?
I don't know, there's another group out there. Yeah, I've heard of them, so maybe I'll go up there. At the next work session, I know we have a lot on the agenda, but I may just bring up a little bit, some ideas for our website, how maybe we can improve it and try and focus on that going forward next year. The current template that we use is, I think, like 8 generations behind or something like that, the current template for this company that we currently use, and there's another company that also I can show everybody that I've seen that has apps and things like that as well. Plus, they also do doc management, which as I asked for a document this week, and Stephanie had to retype it out for me. I think we can definitely improve how we manage our documents here in Borough Hall, and how we can maybe just try and streamline everything to get things a little bit more online for residents. So that would be helpful, and so I'm just going to present that just kind of briefly at the next meeting. Howland Avenue, some improvements will be going in soon. We have additional signage, speed limit signs. The police have them. They just need DPW to install them. So hopefully that'll get done soon, and then there'll just be the etchings also on the street, which will say, 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. And there will be a couple additional speed monitors going in on town as well, like we have on Continental now and on Howland. And deer, yeah, just, they are there. Be careful. Honestly, people need to be careful when they're driving at night. I was going down Forest Avenue the other night in Paramus. 2 bucks, came literally right in front of me. And there absolutely were 3 does on the field at Roosevelt the other night, just sort of grazing, and then they came across Oak. So, if you're outside around that 7 o'clock, that twilight hour now, definitely be aware, because they're absolutely out feeding. So, just you know, it's not something that you usually had to think about, but you have to think about it now when you're out driving, so. That's it.
Thank you, Mayor. Liz Stewart and Jennifer Daugherty had sent me a report that they wanted me to share with the council. I was going to do something similar, but I was grateful for them to summarize it. Fall tree planting is taking place. Jennifer is in process rather. Jennifer and Liz went out to the nursery in Long Island 2 weeks ago to tag trees. About 205, including the grant money, bond money, and open space. Margot and Liz Stewart spent last Sunday driving and marking planting sites to confirm before the letters are sent to the residents, letting them know that trees are on the way. Shade Tree still has about 1/3 of the sites to drive. Liz is coordinating planting with landscaper, hopefully for late October, early November. Shade Tree spoke to Michelle Gritty briefly about coordinating efforts for beautification of Cherry Blossom Park. Shade Tree is continuing to visit sites on a regular basis for residents' requests regarding trees. About 170 trees residents have they visited to date, and new construction bonds coming in. Also, the Shade Tree is continuing to monitor its budget. Any unused funds, Shade Tree will encumber automatically to put into stump removals. Shade Tree is also looking to put 5 purple blossoms, 1 in each park, in memory of John Lynch, and was wondering where the council is moving in this direction. Shade Tree has also done work orders to have memorial trees currently in the parks to be trimmed and pruned. And while we were there, there was a resident who did come to Shade Tree from Valley. Appears that there is some issues with their sewage pipe. They've had, this has occurred 3 times, and their policy is if a tree is affecting the plumbing of a resident's sewage system, it would be removed, and so the tree will be taken down. That's all from Shade Tree. My wife's mother died of breast cancer when she was about 22, about 6 months after her father died. So, yes, breast cancer awareness is something that has struck my family, and I think it's really something that mammographies and regular checks are just so very important for all the related cancers, breast, and all the other related ones. So, and I had a friend of mine who, and he's a man, his sister died of breast cancer, his mother died of breast cancer, and believe it or not, he had breast cancer. So breast cancer is something that men have to be concerned about too. So this is, you know, an important thing to keep in the public's mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. A lot going on the green front, the environmental front. The green team will have the shredder in the morning of October 7th in the cul-de-sac before River Edge Day, so on Webb. I believe at 9 o'clock, so bring your paper for shredding. The plastic collection, the Trex collection, will continue until the end of September, and visit the Environmental Protection Commission booth at River Edge Day, where they will unveil how they exceeded the collection amounts and what they plan to do with the bench, and how you can continue to recycle your plastic. Fantastic job by River Edge. There will also be the river cleanup the morning of October 7th at the KBG. So if you want to make it a full-fledged community day, drop off your paper and get it shredded, go down and clean out the river, and come to River Edge Day. But go to the concert the night before. Let's see what else. The Recreation Commission, Carolyn Baldanza, the director, has prepared what will now be a seasonal newsletter listing all the events that are going on and have occurred previously. If you'd like to get on her distribution list, please contact her in the rec office. She's done a great job with that. The Stigma Free will be hosting a book club discussion at the River Edge Library on October 18th at 7 p.m. It will be moderated by a mental health professional, and they'll be discussing the book, What Made Maddie Run, regarding the Northern Highlands young woman who was a UPenn freshman and committed suicide. So there are books available for free thanks to the PBA, the Ambulance Corps, and the Fire Department. So please go to the library and register, and you can get your book, and please consider participating. I want to thank the River Edge Board of Education and the administration at the River Edge Schools for inviting all of us to their new family welcome reception last week. I think there were probably 100 people or more, mostly new families in attendance, so it was really great to see their enthusiasm for being in this wonderful community, and I welcome them all here and wish them a great school year. And that's it. Thank you.
You gonna pass me?
I know, I said something for everybody. The floor is yours, Councilwoman. Long as you want.
And at the New Families Night, did you notice I was the last one? And I was standing next to him. It's constant. I'm really afraid of complain. That's what you send another letter. Okay, Farmers Market was canceled last week because of rain, and tomorrow's not looking very good. We already have 3 vendors that have canceled. Health Department meeting is going on right now, so of course I'm not at it. I was going to mention Families Night, but Ellen did that already. Next meeting for the River Edge Alliance is tomorrow night. Fire Department, very, very active. They had 59 alarms during July and August, 2 structure fires, and 11 mutual aid calls where we helped out. One of them being the New Milford condos at Canterbury Village, which was a huge event. September 13th to 15th, they had the Wildwood Fire Department Convention, and while firemen were down at the convention, everything in River Edge, Oradell, and Milford was an automatic tri-borough. And I think they were gone about 5 hours when we had the feathers fire. Busy again. On September 20th, Chief O'Connell and Captain Caridi attended the firefighters' graduation at Bourbon Academies. And we have 3 new firefighters that attained Firefighter 1 certification. Vincent Cicoletta from Company 1, and Gary Wilhelm Jr. and Micaiah Gibson from Company 2. They completed 168 hours of training, and some used their summer vacation to do it, so we are to be complimented. The fire department will not be attending River Edge Day. They are covering for New Milford and Oradell, who are a part of the Northern Valley Chiefs Parade that's being held that day, so they're going to cover for 3 towns. And our antique engine from Company 2 will be leading the parade up there. And ex-Chief Stuckey will be driving it, and they will be taking 2 chiefs that have 50 years of service, and they will be leading the parade. That's my short story. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll echo everybody's comments on breast cancer. And just briefly, we have the Recycle Coach app up and running for the town. You can download the app onto your phone. It's very easy, very self-explanatory, but you just put in the zone that you're in, and there's a little map on the app of which zone you would fall into. And it gives you the option to set reminders where they remind you of garbage collection, recycle collection, and all sorts of things. And if there are changes to the schedule, it will send push notifications if you allow it to onto your phone. As somebody who regularly forgets to put out his glass and paper, I certainly am looking forward to that reminder on a weekly basis. So everybody in River Edge can download it. It's free to use. It's actually until 2020 so far. It's going to be free for the town, so we're not paying anything for it. It's through a state grant that was just extended through the year 2020, and it may be extended beyond that at the time, but we'll at least get a few years of use out of it to see how it works, and if it's not extended, then we can make that decision when the time comes as to whether we need it, and it helps us, and obviously depending on what happens with our website. But it's a nice little tool that residents can use, and I think it's going to be terrific for us.
Very good.
Thank you, Mayor.
Just echo the comments on the new family gathering. It's the third year we've done it, and it seems to be very successful and very well received, so it's a very good program to keep going forward with, and I'm sure that they will. Last Friday, I was asked to give a welcome remarks at the naturalization service down at Newbridge Landing. We had, I believe there were 23 new citizens from 18 countries or something. It was quite diverse from basically any continent. We had recipients coming. It's always very inspiring, and to see how emotional the people become when they actually take that oath and become American citizens. It's really moving, and if you get the opportunity to go, it's certainly something worthwhile to attend. Another issue for the next work session, the League of Municipalities has been sending out a lot of bulletins lately regarding the pending potential legalization of marijuana, and reaching out to all the towns to start thinking about how they're going to address this topic. I'm not offering any position at this point. I'm just saying that's something that we would really start to look at to see where the legislation stands, and how that might impact Riverbridge, and how we want to address that going forward. They seem to think it's going to happen before the end of the year, so it's not something that we really have liberty time to work on. So maybe starting probably next work session, but probably following one might be the time where we can start looking at that. I received a little bit of I'll call it sad news to me personally, and to the borough. Brought to my attention that Rabbi Jacobson will not be renewing his contract with Temple Avalon Shalom next year. He is moving back to Australia, so he'll be here through June. He's been a wonderful addition to the community. Great help to me personally. I think he's been great at engaging all sectors of the community, working with, leading all the interfaith efforts. He certainly will be missed, but we do wish him well, but we still have him for quite a while yet, so I'm sure we'll have more say, and we'll probably formally recognize him later at that point. Breast cancer, yes, and I'm going to make a personal also recommendation that people get screened for skin cancer, because recently I did have a basal cell carcinoma removed. It didn't look like anything. I never would have thought in a million years that that's what it was. And my wife had said to me, we should take a look at it. And sure enough, it was something they had to address. And I am not a sun worshiper by any stretch of the imagination. So, and the more I mentioned, the more people seem to have had it. So it is something that people should be wary of, and keep that in your regular health checkups, because it does happen. And Council Pepperell mentioned about John Lynch. My feeling has been is I'd like to see whatever we do, something that's going to be permanent and significant for somebody who gave so many years of service and significant service to the borough. I had originally thought about 140 Kindercamac, but apparently that park has been named in somebody's honor, which I don't think anybody even knows, because everybody calls it 140 Kindercamac to this day. So maybe we should really advertise who it actually is, because that's the reason they named it after somebody was obviously for an honor, and nobody seems to know who that was, so we should really make sure it's more of an effort to identify the park by its rightful name. My other thought was changing the name of Riverside Drive. Riverside Way, I should say. The only buildings affected would be the swim club and the DPW building, so you're not worried about residents having to change their address. We could put a secondary sign, but I think, for someone, for John, I think that's something permanent, something significant, something that people will see and recognize, as opposed to something that, may be more ceremonial in nature. So that's my thinking of it. I don't know what the legalities are, or how we would do it, but anyway, you have a suggestion, obviously we're, we can certainly talk about them.
I think it's good.
But I think,
Agreed.
we should do something permanent. And eventually we will come up with something for Councilman McAfee also. I guess, I have information I didn't have with me tonight. Apparently, the Riverdale Chamber of Commerce, in cooperation with Regional Chambers Company, who knows, they're actually sponsoring a wounded warrior wedding in November, where they've identified a needy military couple who are getting married, and they are providing the wedding. It's going to be at the Venetian. It's in November. I don't remember the dates of the details. I can bring the information next time. It's something I know that Virginia Corway has been championing for years, and she just got all together with the cooperation of the other chambers. They're looking obviously for people to attend, and like I said, I'll have the information next time. I neglected to bring it. I neglected the car. It's a very good, promising activity, and anybody who can participate would be certainly welcome to do so, and I will bring that next time. Anything else? Anybody have anything else? All right, nobody, nothing else? A motion to adjourn, please. Second. Oh, and we will be having our community center public hearing at the next, not public hearing, public presentation at the next meeting.
Aye.
Adjourned.